Hello, this is Dr. Alana James. This video is focused on the use of a particular web-based and phone-based application that has been developed by drlnet.com in order to aid the doctoral student who is starting their dissertation to have a particularly sound logic that underpins their 3-chapter proposal. To get to the application on the DoctoralNet site, a person has to register, and that takes place in the right-hand side towards the bottom. If you're going onto the site regularly, of course, if you click the Remember Me button, it makes getting into the Members Only section easier. Once you're signed into the site, then you go to the Members Only navigation point on the top right-hand side, and the second navigation window is called Logic of the Proposal Helper Tool. That's where you'll be focused. Now, when you get to the tool, it seems pretty simple. It's a screen with one question where you begin to type in what is the problem your research will address. Now, let's talk for a moment about problems. They are not the topic you think you want to delve into. They are the reason that that topic is particularly interesting to you. Something has gone on, a set of circumstances have come together in your local area, perhaps in your life, perhaps in the way you see the world, but there is some situation that is driving a sense of urgency about which your dissertation topic will address. That's the underpinning to a particularly sound dissertation. And if you want to read more about problem statements, I would suggest you go to Creswell 2009 and his discussion of them in his research design book. But for me, the difference in a well-written, easy-to-follow dissertation and one that is not is when the author has clearly decided what the problem is that they are trying to address. Then, when you think you have your problem and it's located in your situation, etc., you press the Go button, and it brings up a series of questions. Go through the questions in a very detailed fashion and really look at what you've written and then readjust it till you can answer yes to all of the questions. And then you press the Yes button. That takes you to the 5th step, which is from your problem statement, you go on to your research questions. And if you are engaged in quantitative research, to your hypothesis and null hypothesis. So again, you type them in and you press Go, and then up will pop a series of questions against which you will evaluate what you have written. The next step then is to adjust the logic from your problem statement through your research questions to your methodology. Your methodology should include the way you're going to collect and analyze data, the population from whom you are going to collect and analyze data, and as much detail about the questions you will actually be asking. So while you may have research questions, you will have then perhaps interview questions or survey questions that will help you drill down onto the specifics that will address your research questions. Include those specifics in your discussion of your methodology. And once again, once you think it's correct, you press Go, and up will pop a series of questions. This time, they relate to how the 3 boxes go together and whether or not, as a whole, they produce a stream of content and logic around which your methodology will be based. Now, this takes you on to the part of the data, the logic of the proposal web application that's will really save you a lot of time. The secret to writing a literature review is to remember that your 3-chapter proposal is not about your topic. It is about your research study. As such, your literature review does not tell your reader everything you know about your topic. Instead, it focuses on the subtopics of the general topic about which you have done so much research. It focuses on the subtopics that are salient to your proposal. So that's why in the last question I asked you to be really specific about what you were doing on what questions you would be asking in interviews or surveys, etc. All of those subtopics have to be addressed or brought up in your literature review. On the other hand, if you're not going to ask your participants about the history of this particular topic with them, you need very little, maybe a paragraph or two on the history, even though you might have read a ton. So you type in, for this last step, you type in the topics that will be included in your lit review, and then once again you press go and you go through the different questions, and you are looking for a one-to-one correspondence between the things that are in your lit review and the things that are in your methodology sections. When all of that seems right, you touch finish and you get to something that you can cut and paste. It will outline what your problem is, what questions you have, all about your questions and the things that you will include your lit review. You cut and paste it from the website onto a Word document, and it gives you a great talking tool for you to take to your advisor and to say, this is the study that you think you're going to have. When you and your advisor have said that, yes, this is just the right thing, you can then start to write a 3-chapter proposal with much more assuredness and far less redundancy and confusion than if you have not done this step first. I hope you find it helpful. There are lots of other helpful things at the DoctoralNet site. When you register with the site, there's a free ebook on frequently asked questions, and there are different kinds of memberships. There's boot camps, retreats, etc. This is a business aimed at helping you cut through the confusion of writing a dissertation and getting done faster. Thanks.